1 week later. You guys are eating ice cream at this hour? Poked his cheeks, showing how much pissed he is right now. Jungkook went into full dad mode when he saw Wine and Jimin having ice cream late at night, when chilly fog is covering everything outside. Wine and Jimin stared at Jungkook as if they were children who had been caught eating dirt. They did not stop eating though, and carefully spooned ice cream into their mouths while silently staring at Jungkook. Do you wanna get sick? Getting concerned upon witnessing their madness. Wine? Do you know this man? Staring at Jungkook as if he is a stranger. Nope, I have never met this dude in my life. Shook her head, still staring at Jungkook with her blue eyes. Jungkook chuckled sarcastically at Wine and spoke, making her jaw drop. You'll make the worst impression on your first day of work tomorrow. Because of your hoarse voice. They will think they hired a dude in ladies' attire. Jimin became confused as Wine's eyes widened upon realizing that she had been selected by some company. She immediately left the ice cream bowl and stood up. I got selected? Asked in a shock. Do you doubt your ability? Wine squealed in happiness, making Jungkook smile wholeheartedly. Congrats, little one, smiled at Wine. Wine grinned at Jimin excitedly, but soon her smile faded as he slowly turned her face towards him. How do you know? Raised her brow. They sent you a joining letter and I received it. Are you angry? Hesitantly asked. Why would I be? Confused. Are you even letting me go to work? Asked with anticipation and raised heartbeat. Do not ever ask me before doing something that makes you happy. Who am I to stop you? Smiled at her. But the day you... Shh, I was a huge that day. Now I am a changed man. Silenced her so she would not expose his foolish side as he was not proud of his behavior and regretted it badly. Oh my goodness. Hugs him tightly while jumping lightly in excitement. You are the best. Jungkook hugged her back and was utterly engrossed in enjoying the moment until Jimin ruined it. Did you ask him about the company or position? What if they have hired you as a sweeper? Teased Wine, still eating his ice cream. Wine broke the hug and glared at Jimin. That is why you are and will remain single for the rest of your life. Seriously spoke. Why? Went. That's your curse for ruining my romantic moments. You can't get rid of it now. Shrugged his shoulders as if this is the universal phenomenon. Pouted sadly while Wine turned her gaze to Jungkook once again. Jungkook, what's my job? Tugged hair strands behind her ear while smiling. You will be a strategic assistant in Kim's corporation. Jin-hyung's company? Jungkook nodded his head and Wine frowned. Did you ask him to recruit me? Frowns. Never ever doubt your abilities. You have got this on your own. Wine smiled briefly before pressing her lips with a hint of hesitancy in her gaze, as she was about to ask Jungkook for something she knew he would never allow. Love placed her hand on his chest and said with puppy eyes, Ew, whispers as he made disgusting expressions. Rolled her eyes at Jimin's commentary, but soon smiled sweetly at Jungkook. Jimin gagged and made a face like he was going to vomit. No. Shut his eyes to avoid looking at her puppy eyes and pressed his lips. I know you will ask something you should not and I won't be able to refuse. Okay, I won't ask. sighs dramatically and looks down sadly. Say whatever you want. I'll see how he can deny. Protective bro mode on. Vine was about to laugh, but she held back since she did not want to break character. Okay, say princess. Gently held her hand as his heartbeat increased. Looks in his eyes excitedly. I don't want to take any guard with me. Please? Jungkook broke eye contact with her right away as he did not want to say yes because her security was involved in this matter. Vine gave a sad pout to Jimin trying to melt him. Vine, you are involved with the mafia now. It's about your security. Tried to convince her. But you know CEO of the company Kim Sok-ji. So everything will be alright, I guess. She spoke softly while putting more effort into her drama of innocence, which obviously worked. Okay. Stared at her with admiration. What? Beamed with happiness. Really? Asked twice to confirm. Did I ever refuse my queen? Caressed her cheeks lovingly. Vine became extremely thrilled, and in the heat of the moment, she tiptoed to match his height, cooked his cheeks, and gave a quick peck on his lips. Oh no, not in front of my holy eyes! Screamed on the top of his lungs as if his life is in danger. Vine was similarly taken aback by her own action, and dashed inside at full speed, hiding her red cheeks, while Jungkook stood still on his place, blushing, and trying to process the situation. My innocence, dramatically whispered while covering his eyes with his small hands. I am one hell of a lucky. Touched his lips in astonishment. I should wash my eyes with. Still immersed in his trauma. This could have happened earlier if I wasn't brainless. Still in shock. I want my innocence back. Still in trauma. Vine spent the entire night preparing for the next day while purposely avoiding Jungkook because she was embarrassed due to her shamelessness, yet she regretted nothing. Whereas Jungkook kept sitting on the bed with red cheeks like a bride on her first night. Next day. Eat this, you need energy. Here Jungkook was feeding Vine, who was refusing to have her breakfast owing to nervousness. Please, I'm full. Just drop me off at the company. I don't want to be late on my first day. Sulking. First finish this. We have got plenty of time. Say ah. Extended a bite of pancake towards her mouth. No. She stood up from the chair and was about to throw a tantrum, but he did not give her the chance to do so. He grasped her hand and with a single gentle jerk, she found herself seated on his lap, as if she belonged to this place only. She gasped but then went quiet and gulped when she caught the glimpse of his stoic expressions. Jungkook's POV. I stared at her as if there was no tomorrow. Everything about her fascinates me, and nothing in this world can compete with her. I did not realize for how long I had been staring at her, but her hesitant gaze and heavy breaths brought me back to the reality. Are you uncomfortable? Even I did not know that I can talk this much softly. She is bringing out the best version of me, and I am loving every single second of it. A little bit too much. Bit her lower lip in anxiousness. I laughed at her adorable choice of words and quickly took my hands off her waist, releasing her from my embrace. She stood up quickly and sat on the chair beside me while hiding her blush. I extended plate towards her again, gesturing her to eat, but she decided to be naughty again and scrunched her nose, showing her disinterest in eating. I have no option left. I will use my own menu. I sighed in defeat and stood up from my seat and sat on her lap, obviously not putting my whole weight on her as she would turn into a mashed potato. She screamed in horror, but soon we both burst into a fit of laughter. Are you laughing hard? Trying to seduce me? Laughed really hard. This time I can tell it's working. Laughed with him. Please get up. Could not stop laughing as she looked at him sitting on her lap like a queen. My legs will go numb. Giggles as she was feeling ticklish. Finish your food and I'll get up. Even though I'm very comfortable here. Unbothered. Okay. Accepted her defeat. He fed her the entire breakfast while sitting in the same position. They were in their own world living their best life, while all the maids and bodyguards were about to pass out from the shock upon witnessing their master behaving like this. Indeed, love is one hell of a powerful catalyst that holds the power to transform ferocious villains into redeemed souls. I'm working in Jinnopa office. He's an awesome boss and I'm living my best life right now. I never imagined that I would become this much blessed and happy. All thanks to my luck charm, Jungkook. I was in my own thoughts when someone walked in and my eyes widened. I take my words back. I'm not happy anymore. Seeing his face ruined my mood and ended my happy vibes completely. Jinnopa got up from his seat and hugged that. Where were you, Minho? I was about to contact the police and report you as missing. Gestures him to sit. I was just looks at Wine. Sick. Continues to stare at Wine. Meanwhile, she ignored him and kept working on her laptop. Are you okay now? Face change. Better than before. I can see many things changed here. Again looks at Wine. New assistant? Oh yes. Meet my talented strategic assistant, Wine. Smiled at Wine. Jeon Wine. Finally looks to her side to fully face Minho and maintains direct eye contact with him. Nice to meet you. Minho's eyes went red, and he clenched his fist under the table before speaking through his gritted teeth. Nice to meet you too. I hope we can spend some good time together. No need. Whispered while smirking slightly. Minho, I thought you knew her already. She's our Jungkook's wife. He got married without telling me. However, after meeting Wine, I forgave him. What can I say? He is full of surprises. He didn't tell me either. But don't worry. I'll take my revenge from him soon. Spoke casually while facing me. At that moment, Jin Oppa's secretary came and informed him of the meeting he needed to attend. Wine, can you take over my work from there? I need to attend this urgent meeting. I instantly nodded my head and grabbed his paperwork. Minho, accompany our sister-in-law. I'll be back within an hour. I can see Minho tightening his jaw as he hears the word sister-in-law. How the tables have turned. I wanted to laugh out loud, but I controlled and focused on my work. Jinnopa walked out, leaving me alone with him. Sarcastically chuckled while facing Wine. So you guys got married for real? That desperate? replied nonchalantly, not facing him or moving her attention away from her laptop. Desperate in love. And he's not a coward like some people are nowadays. I was wrong, I admit. But you moved on so quickly. It's like you were waiting for your chance, bitterly spoke. You wanted me to cry and beg on my knees for a person who can't fulfill his promises, despite knowing the fact that I was the one who betrayed my own family and took danger on my head to do it. Wasn't that enough? Finally faced him, but spoke with utter calmness. It was also sudden for me. It was for me as well, but I fought with bravery, and that indicates that you are not on my level. I deserve someone as bold as me, like Jungkook. Only he can handle my boldness with bravery. Smiled upon talking about Jungkook, but again shifted her focus on her laptop. He left his childhood best friend for an unknown girl. He will leave you too someday. Tried to manipulate her. Laughed. Just like you did? The one who left me at the time of need should not be concerned about who will be with me or who will be not. Clenched his jaws. Ryan tried to remain calm. I just wanted to let you know that I still love you. Guess what? Grinned. What? Confused. I don't. I don't love you, and perhaps I never did. And I am grateful to you for rejecting me. And I am grateful to you as because of you I met Jungkook. Again started working. You will regret it. Gave her a death glare. Just like I regret meeting you. Raises her brow and lets out a dry chuckle. Look, Minho, let's leave the past in the past. Whatever happened, happened. We can't change anything. But let's not be salty exes. We are mature now. I am married and you will soon be with your father's friend's daughter. So let's just carry on with our lives, without any hard feelings for each other. And let me focus on my work. I don't like distractions between me and my work. I told him straightforwardly, and I could feel him taking heavy breaths. I continued with my work, and he left shortly after staring, more like glaring at my face. Isn't it ironic that I feel nothing for him? It's like as if he was no one to me. Or maybe he was, just a teenage crush that I mistook for real love. Few days later. I'm at home today as it's Sunday, but this man bunny is not at home. I wanted to spend some quality time with him, but I guess it's not happening today. My phone's notification caught my attention because they were constantly making noise. I opened my phone and my heart sank after looking at the messages. I felt my world crashing down at my feet when I looked at the photos. Dad? A sob escaped her trembling lips and a tear slipped down from her eyes. Her hands started shaking as she stared at the picture of her father laying in the pool of. He was no more. And there was a guy with his back facing the camera. A Joker card was laying on the top of her dad's body. And that guy was looking awfully familiar. His hairs, his broad back, the tattoos on his hand. Everything was painfully recognizable. No. Whispers and burst into tears. No! Screamed like a maniac. Jungkook, you can't kill him. He's my dad. You can't kill him, Jungkook. You can't. She could feel her entire body burning, and she knew she was losing her mind. She threw her phone at the wall and aggressively shook her head, attempting to remove the pictures that now appeared to be ingrained in her consciousness. I won't forgive you, Jeon. I would never. Still unable to believe. She wailed and yelled loudly, making guards and maids gather around her worryingly, asking her about the matter. They called Jungkook, but before he could arrive, she ran out of the house, despite everyone's attempts to stop her. They can't forcefully stop her because now she is their master as well, as she is Jeon.